member that bridges across the back and gives you more downforce. This car, as it's configured here, has more downforce than any street car that General Motors has ever measured in the wind tunnel. I'm not talking about just our cars. I'm talking about any car we've ever measured. And it's so good, in fact, that for the first time in our relationship with the race team, when they got a hold of this car with its aerodynamics, always, every single time before, the first thing they did is work on downforce. Most cars, street cars, have a tremendous amount of lift, and so the race team has to work on downforce. This car, out of the box, had so much downforce, they actually didn't have to work on it. They actually had to flip their mindset around and think, well, geez, what can we do to make it even more slippery? And so they spent a lot of time actually tweaking the drag on the car as opposed to throwing everything up in the air and trying to figure out how to get the maximum amount of downforce. So that's been a complete reversal, and it's strictly because we take all the lessons from racing, apply them to the street car, so now you have a nearly optimum package to go out racing here. So the race guys are extremely happy with this overall package, and I think when people experience this car on the track or at high speeds on the street, they're going to realize this is a whole new ball game. This car is going to be so benign, the way it handles, close to the limit. With the Stingray, we said we not only wanted to increase the performance envelope, but we wanted to make the edges of that performance envelope more accessible to everyday drivers, not just pro-level drivers. And we're taking that same philosophy to a higher level here on the Z06. Everything from the body structure, the chassis, the way it's set up, the tuning, the calibration, the way we generate the specifications for the tire, our electronic limited slip differential, the ride mode selector, everything about this car is all worked together to make sure that you can get to very high limits, but do so very comfortably and confidently. And when we bring this car out, I think the media and customers alike are going to agree that that's what we've achieved. One example is last November we took the car out for its very first test drive on our own Milford Road course in Michigan, and this is with a very early calibration. The engine wasn't making all the power it's going to make. We had basically computer generated suspension calibrations. We had first emission tires from Michelin, and just out of the box we broke the track record at our Milford Road course. That's the track record set by a ZR1 with cup tires or a Z07 with cup tires previously. Usually what happens is you bring out a new car and you're several seconds behind per lap, and then you have to work very hard to get back to where your previous best was and then exceed that. So out of the box, this car has achieved that. So previously we've always said we try to take the higher level Corvette models, whether it's a Z06 or ZR1, see if we can bring that kind of performance down to the next lower level in the model range, and then offer that at the same price as the previous lower level. The question here is not whether we can achieve ZR1 levels of performance, it's how much we're going to surpass previous generation ZR1 levels of performance. So we're really looking forward to bringing this out. Like I said, we have a full year of development left to go. We're going to start production very late in the year and probably start shipping cars basically the first quarter next year before we ship a significant number of cars. You going to try? I don't know, how many people were at the corral yesterday and listened to Harlan try to croak out a few of you. Okay, so you know his voice has not been the best this weekend, which is not like him. I've known him for 14 years. Never been at a loss for words, always been out here talking to you guys, and he'd like to talk to you a little bit about the performance data recorder, so I'm going to let him try.
Okay. Well, one thing I wanted to mention is Z06 will be available in all the 10 colors that we have for Corvette. This is a new color, our new color for 2015. It's called Sharp Gray, and a lot of people have been telling me they like it. On the wheels, these will be the standard Z06 wheels. They're sterling silver or pearl nickel, we call them. There'll also be black wheels like you saw on the yellow show car. We got chrome, of course, and we have a new gray, dark gray wheel with a groove, with a bright finished groove in it. Will be a new thing that you'll see coming up. I do want to mention too, on the interior, you notice we have a specific Z06 steering wheel. It has a flat bottom and a carbon fiber